In this video, I am going to explain you how to swing trade Bitcoin using two simple indicators, and this is actually quite a profitable trading strategy if you have the discipline, if you have the right mindset, and if you can hold on when moments are getting a little bit rough. Guys, this might be the most easiest trading strategy, only using true indicators, which if you do this correctly will most likely outperform most traders out there using a lot of different types of indicators, or maybe only looking at the structures. It doesn't matter. This is simple but effective. Guys, let's jump straight into it. Before we are going to zoom into this trading strategy, make sure to scroll below this video to leave a thumbs up button. Guys, it takes me some effort to do research into this. It took me a lot of effort to gain all this knowledge. I'm sharing this basically with you here for free because I want every single one of us to become smarter and to become more profitable. So it would be really appreciated if you would smash that like button, and if you are new, guys, right here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. So the indicators that we are using in today's trading strategy are the EMA Ribbon and the funding rates. Those two indicators, and we are only going to trade on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to show you exactly what is going on. So what are the EMA ribbons? The EMA ribbons are actually 8 different moving averages, but those are exponential moving average. That's why it's called EMA ribbon and not MA ribbon. EMA stands for exponential moving average, and as you can see, they draw it from yellow till red. You can basically add this indicator right here, going to indicators, click EMA and click this one, EMA ribbon from Crypt, and you can find the funding rates as well into the trading view dashboard. But I would highly suggest you guys to look at the funding rates, the current funding rates over on World Portal, and put a link in the description down below. So what we are basically going to do, and it is very, very simple, guys, is whenever Bitcoin breaks above the 4-hour EMA ribbon with negative funding rates, that is the moment you want to go long. And the moment we are breaking back below this EMA ribbon, that is the moment you basically want to close your position. Why are the funding rates so important? Because the funding rates are definitely a extra confirmation in terms of what's happening with price. And when the funding rates are negative, it basically shows us that the majority of the people are shorting Bitcoin while actually the price is going up, which can create a short squeeze. A lot of short people, or a lot of traders that are shorting Bitcoin, actually create liquidity for Bitcoin to go up, because those shorts needs to be closed sometime, which means that Bitcoin needs to be bought in order to cancel that short or close that short, which drives the price of Bitcoin up. And I'm going to show you some examples, guys. So for example, we get right here, we have an example. This was at the cycle low where we actually broke above the EMA ribbon right here. We had negative funding. Actually, when we were above that ribbon, we actually had positive funding. You can see the 0 bar right here. We had positive funding. So that one you don't want to long. You don't want to long something with positive funding. Generally, you want to watch out with that unless the market is really, really bullish. So here you could already see this one, not really. Then we go right here. Okay, we have something nice. We break basically above the EMA ribbon right here. We get a retest. We have funding is negative. Okay, that is the moment you want to go long, right? The Bitcoin price goes up. We see a bounce of 4.5%. Okay, which is quite nice. You could have taken profits back then, but you could also wait until Bitcoin breaks back below this EMA ribbon, and then you would have a 2.5% profit. Even if you would take it a little bit lower, you would have a maybe 2% profit. However, It is very important. If you are trading with leverage, 2% can actually be quite a lot. If you use a 10x leverage, that would mean you would have a 20% profit on the trade. But it's not the only thing, because you get 20% profit on this trade, but you have the probability, or there is a possibility, to get way more profits. And I'm going to show you more examples, guys. So right here we have another one. We break above, open long. Actually, we had a pump of roughly 2%. We break back below. You actually kind of break even, right? We have negative funding, at least on this indicator, but you break even. That's fine. You're not losing. You can't win every trade. Go to the next one. Break above the EMA ribbon right here. That is a very beautiful one. Do we got negative funding? Yes, we have negative funding. Awesome. We break above a trend line, which means that we might change the trend. And most people don't believe that. Most people are still thinking that Bitcoin is going to go down, which creates liquidity to go up, basically. We have a massive rally of roughly 7 to 8%. And of course, if you would do that again with leverage, that is almost doubling the entire order size. But that is when you take profits at the top. And of course, you might not be able to take profits at the top. At the end of this video, guys, I'm actually going to show you a secret where nobody is aware of, how you can actually take profits at the exact top. I'm going to show you that. But if you then right here would take profits the moment we break down, you still have a profit of roughly 1%. But nevertheless, you still had a position open which could have been more, which we are coming to go to right now. But before we are going to that beautiful position, guys, if you haven't done so already and you haven't dropped the thumbs up button, guys, it is highly appreciated if you guys leave a like down below, because it takes a lot of work to create these videos, and it is very important that as much people as possible are seeing these videos. Then, guys, if you are interested in trading, I'm recommending 4 exchanges down below this video, and the first one is Bybit, and here you can get a 30,000 US dollar bonus, but also access to WhaleAlerts, which is the Telegram channel where we are offering extra information and calls on the Bitcoin and crypto markets. Next to that, if you don't like KYC, guys, I would highly suggest you to trade over on Bitget. Bitget is an awesome exchange, sometimes even has a higher volume than Bybit. So guys, if you want to trade Bitcoin, then do that on one of these exchanges down below this video, and don't forget to use one of these affiliate links, because it will give you these extra perks and access over to WhaleAlerts. Then, guys, we'll go to the next example. That is right here. We can see Bitcoin basically hovering around the EMA ribbon. So this one is actually close, quite getting squeezed up basically. Here we break above, but we do have kind of positive funding weight, so you wouldn't take the signal, right? Then we have this one. Here we break above as well. This was a very early signal. We do have clearly negative funding weights, but then comes the interesting part. It takes a very long time for Bitcoin to close below this level, and for our close we don't even get it right here. No, we get it right here. So if you would have taken this trade with this strategy, so long the moment we break above, only with negative funding rates, till the moment we break back below, you would have made a profit of 37%. And that is without leverage. If you would have used a 3x leverage, or if you would have used a 10x leverage, this would be a huge amount, and it's such a simple way of trading. We can go to the next one, guys. We move drawings. Okay, here we got again. We break above the 4-hour EMA ribbon. Beautiful. We do have negative funding rates. Awesome. And here we break back below. How does that look? That is a trade of 7%. Again, with leverage, that can be roughly a trade of 70%, even 100%. Here we got another one. Break above the EMA ribbon, negative funding, beautifully executed. Let's take, we buy at the top right here. The moment we break back below right here, you get a profit of 25%. So guys, this is a very good strategy, but the trick with the strategy is you got to be really disciplined, because it's very difficult. You're going to open a trade, you got to remain in that conviction. You got to stick to your strategy, not changing your mind like you are open here in the trade and then suddenly think like, yeah, no, we might close below, so I'm just going to close my trade now. No, you got to stick to the rules. That's why you can even use a algorithm to execute this for you, but you will need some programming skills, or you need to hire someone to program that for you. You can actually do that over on BitGet. So BitGet is an exchange where you can use their API and then connect a trading strategy bot, something like this, and eventually create a profitable trading strategy. So another point to make, guys, is that the funding rates right here of BitMEX indicator are not the most precise. You gotta have the best data, because based on the data you're going to trade, right? For that you need to go to whaleportal.com, and here you can find the funding rates, the historic funding rates right here. When it's yellow is negative, when it's blue is positive, and you can see them also per exchange. They also have a right here a drop down where you can select the exchange, so you can also look at per exchange. But of course the best way to do it is to look at the average funding fee, because this takes the funding fee of every single exchange out there, Bitcoin, US dollar margins, and then calculates the average of that. So when that is negative, you have a high conviction that most people are shorting. When we then break above the EMA ribbon, you can actually open a long position. And right now, guys, I'm going to show you how you can actually do this without being too much in front of the screen. So first of all, I want to show you what the EMA ribbon is basically. So we go right here, go to the EMA settings, and you have like the moving average period from 20 going on to 55. Here you got the style, so you can see the colors, right? Moving average 20 starts at yellow, going to moving average 8 starts at 55. What we can do is we can go right here, and you can say, for example, like the moment we close above this red line, which was number 8, right? We want to have an alert. We want to get an email. We want to get a notification on our phone. We want to get alerted because we don't want to sit in front of the computer 24/7, right? So we click right here on alerts. You click on add. Then you click right here. Bitcoin, we go to EMA Ribbon. We click moving average 8, that is red. Then we set crossing up right here. So guys, we are doing once per bar close because we don't want to get notifications every time it goes above this line. If you would like that, you can also set, for example, it already on 1, which means that once we break above that yellow line right here, you already would get that notification. But I would say let's go with 8, but if you want to be early and you want to be in front of the charts, you can also click, of course, 1. But in our case, we are going to do 8. You can do once per bar close. But if you want to get a notification every time we hover over it, you can just do crossing, then only once, because every time it will cross, you will get a notification. So this is basically how you set a notification. Once you get a notification that we actually crossed that level, you can just go to the chart, and then you go to whaleportal.com, and you either go to the funding rates chart or you just go to the homepage, because there you can see it too. You just check whether the funding rates are negative, yes or no. When they are negative, you can go long, and you just set a new alert for whenever we are getting that 4-hour close below that EMA ribbon. And if you want, of course, you can always set a stop loss below that EMA ribbon. So the moment you are break, let me show that for you guys if you want a long position. The moment we break above, you set, for example, a stop loss below the lows right here. And then you just wait until we close back below that 4-hour EMA ribbon. So this is only for the 4-hour time frame. And this is a very good trading strategy. It won't give you everyday trades. Definitely not. It will give you a couple of trades per month, maybe. But the trades that you are taking are actually quite low risk, and you're only using 2 indicators, which makes things actually super simple. Guys, if you learned something in today's video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. That is very much appreciated. If you want to get more information, if you want to get alerts, trading alerts. Recently we have been super successful with our Telegram channel. We actually have been calling this whole move in the Bitcoin chart. Whenever we bottomed right here, we went all in. We've called this rally, we have called this correction, we've entered at these lows, and then we've rallied this move to the upside as well. We've made a lot of good calls about altcoins, which has outperformed Bitcoin during this time period. We are also working with BRC20 tokens, Bitcoin NFTs. If you want to get more information on there, make sure, guys, to join WhaleAlerts, which is a Telegram channel where you will get access to all that information, and you can actually join it for free. The only thing you need to do is join Bybit or any other exchange that is below this video. You will get the extra perks of the exchange, which they offer to our community right here, but you are also able to join the WhaleAlerts Telegram channel, which is of course of very significant value if you ask me. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash up that like button. Again, that's very much appreciated. We want to push this knowledge and information to as much people as possible. I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.